Hi guys, this is day number 323 of my 365 livestream challenge, and today I will show you the next steps as a part of discovery phase. So if you remember, we have 4 stages in our ERP implementation project, and today we are covering the last step in discovery phase stage. On the previous calls, we reviewed the goals, process mapping, gap analysis, research solutions steps, and today is the final step where we put it all together in a format of digital strategy. And on Monday, we will start with the implementation stage of any kind of business automation process project. So now you can see my screen here, and on the next tab, I prepared for you the presentation. Let me find it. Okay, this is it. Hope you can see the screen. So you can see this is kind of format we use with every business automation project. This is kind of presentation we do after discovery phase with the business owners, with stakeholders. We have a lot of things to cover here, so let's jump straight into that. The contents of it is we are showing what we did during the discovery phase, then the goals, we're reminding what kind of goals we have for our project, then what were our results of this planning phase, risk, numbers, stages, and the implementation plan, and then at the end of this meeting on-site or online with our client, we'll agree on the next steps, possible next steps after this big meeting. Usually we spend 2 to 3 hours, sometimes up to 4 hours, depending on the complexity of the project and the size of the business. So the first thing, we will just showing what kind of results, what kind of task we completed during the discovery phase. Might be like extract requirements, analyze existing data, alt ERP related APs they are using right now. Then, as you know, we did the gap analysis document, we defined the costs and timeline, we defined the implementation approach, and you will see it in couple slides, and then we identify the ballpark numbers for the duration of the project, for the actual, this is actually how much it takes for the actual discovery phase. We remind the price tag of the discovery phase and some bonus steps we did in order to deliver the results after the discovery phase. The process, the next slide shows the processes we did exactly for this or another project. For example, here on this project we've been testing performance for 5 million products in the ERP. We've been researching the data. We've been prototyping some functionalities already just to make sure it all works. And after that, we'll ask about the impressions and overall insights from the process of our discovery phase from our client. We usually want to collect the feedback. And the next slide will remind about goals of our project. Sorry, I forgot to translate this to English. So it's usually like everything you learn from the goal setting, it will be fixed here in specific numbers, as specific as possible. After that, we go to technical solution that we prepared as a result of a roadmap stage. And here, for example, for this project, we decided to go and build custom ERP software from scratch using this technology stack, which will have electronic notebook implemented as part of the project with our own technology stack. This was for laboratory, for chemical industry, so this was kind of technology stack we wanted to use for this project and be used for that project. After that, we are showing estimates and numbers, and usually it's all based on gap analysis document that I've been showing on previous lessons. And then we would usually estimate ballpark numbers based on different sources and different approaches. For example, this one uses a very simple approach where we calculate number of UIs, forms, and pages, the complexity of the project, and multiply it by number of hours depending on the complexity. So these were kind of 2 different approaches that gave us almost the same ballpark numbers, and that was positive sign that we are moving in the right direction. After that, we are showing also ballpark numbers breakdown based on stages of the project, from business analysis to implementation of the proof of concept, data input, validation, deployment, training, everything. Then we would usually try to assign priorities and to requirements, which of these must have, where we have some goals, where we need them, and sometimes just nice to have, which we can skip for the first version. So we try to prioritize with this framework. And this is the total number of the project from gap analysis. These were numbers for this project at the end after ballpark numbers. So workshop gives us enough information to go from ballpark numbers to detailed estimate like this. Then we have the same numbers, but now broken down by department. Then we would usually show the stages of the project and the kind of prices for each of the stages, how we can release each of these stages. More on stages I will show in the next slides. Also, production hosting support and all the maintenance of the initial release. Also, we work on that and show to the client at the end of the discovery phase. So that's very important to know and understand that this is only one part of the project to build it, but then the second part is to support and maintain it. And then we have licenses. In this project we have some licenses involved, some license software. So we also wanted to project that so the client can understand what kind of monthly budgeting would be required to support their team of 150 employees, for example, in this case. Of course, we also list possible risks. That's very important for them to understand before they make final decision. And the next big section is about actual plan, how, not just what we'll achieve, the numbers, the budgets, the estimates, the deadlines, but now how we want to do that. First slide is about steps and deadlines, how we call these stages: must have, project goals, and then nice to haves. Then the team roles, project manager on their side, then work plan and monthly budget specifications, how we do in sprints, how the sprint is implemented, the budgets per month that they need to account for, and then the communication plan, which will involve some project management work, management one-on-ones between project managers on both sides, weekly status updates, quick questions, email or Slack communication. Then we have regular group meetings. Some of them are on-site, others online. So this is something that client needs to account for and understand the load on their employees to support us with answers during the implementation stage. And yeah, this after that we just present the next possible steps for this specific project. In this case it was like finalizing terms, signing agreements, project manager assignment on their side, and then we were planning to start implementation phase in about 2 to 4 weeks from this meeting, this presentation time, and the next steps of these projects, this project. After that, we'll just have a conversation, which usually is longer than the actual presentation we are doing for our client, because a lot of questions, these slides will raise a lot of questions inside the team of our client. So this is kind of digital strategy we present to our clients when we need to tell them the results of our discovery phase. So now we see digital strategy is pretty advanced document with a lot of answers there, and these slides are supported by like 10 to 20 more detailed documents like gap analysis, something that I showed you before this lesson. That's all I wanted to show you today. If you have any questions regarding digital strategy lesson, please comment below this video stream. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow, and remember